I'm back. Hello. And then if you stayed, that's wonderful. Um, I'm starting to catch up on all my commenting. I said that last time. I just feel so like distant, and I don't like that feeling because I love all you guys, and I feel like I've made some really cool connections through YouTube. People I probably would not have normally met because you all live in different places. Um, but you're all fantastic, and so I'm really glad I'm getting back to the commenting. What was I gonna say? Now I don't know what I was gonna say. Food. I was gonna talk about food. Was I gonna talk about food? Anyhow, tuna's still not good with me. I tried it again, and it still just doesn't feel good going down. I still eat beans because they taste yummy and they go down without a problem. I have had the experience of going out on a couple occasions now with other people to a dinner, to a restaurant. Um, Once I ordered my own plate. Bad idea. 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks out of surgery. There is no way on this beautiful green earth that you will ever eat a whole meal. So I did it again, and my husband was kind enough to consider ask me what I might be interested. He knows what I can eat and what I might be interested in. And then he went for something along those lines. He did a fajita thing, so I got to have a piece of the chicken from the fajita and beans. Um, and people were like, I feel bad going. I took my dad out for Father's Day to breakfast. It's his favorite meal of the day, and he says, I feel silly. You can't eat anything. I was like, I can have a poached egg. Which is what I had. um, Anyhow, so, and I'm not too out there with the food, but if anybody, and I, it just looks back at older videos. I don't really have a whole lot that I choose from. I eat almost the same things. Oh, I do a lot of um, deli meat roll-ups is what I call them. A little bit of really light low-fat cheese and turkey and a little bit of mayonnaise between it, like the smallest like smearing of mayonnaise just to give it flavor, and I roll it up and then I eat it. It's my sandwich without bread, which a lot of people have done. So I eat that for a lot for lunch. And cottage cheese. I do cottage cheese with chicken. I do cottage cheese with pineapples or peaches, some whatever's available. Um, I drink a lot of milk, people, and it's not the best way to get your carbs in because you need to eat some carbs, but you need to keep it under a certain amount. I eat a lot of protein, so a lot of my carbs comes from the beans and the milk, and then the fruit. I drink a lot of milk. I like milk. I loved milk before I was pregnant, and then they told me I couldn't drink it because I had gestational diabetes. I was like, are you kidding me? I could go through a gallon in like 2 days. I just love milk. It's yummy. It's like something I pass it on to my daughter. My daughter's a milkaholic. My daughter would rather drink milk than eat food. At this point, that's how I feel. I'd rather drink milk than eat food. I don't know why I'm babbling on. It's late. That's why. It's almost 11 o'clock here in California. Okay, so this is something else I wanted to talk about. And wasn't sure if I should talk about it yet, and maybe people have talked about it and I've missed these videos. But I love answering questions for people who have questions about gastric bypass. I think I'm fairly informed. I'm sure there's a lot of things I've missed in my research, but people, like a lot of my family members, knock on wood, I have not had any family members who have been ill-willed or didn't feel like I was making a good decision. Everybody was open. My brother was the one I wasn't sure how he was going to take it, but oh my goodness, he was super, super supportive and said that, he's glad I mentioned it. I'm glad I'm doing it because, he would have loved to have been able to say to me, I think it would be a good idea for you. It was just really sweet for him to say that. Anyways, I'm lucky, I know that, to have had nobody. I know I will hit somebody upon my little journey here that will probably not agree with my decision. And I'm prepared, I think, somewhat for that in my knowledge and my little statistics, what I have ready to roll out to say to them. But Where am I going? If you haven't stopped watching yet, why not? Ah. Oh, so somebody asked me, what's your malabsorption rate? Because I was explaining to them how the gastric bypass itself works. And that part of it is that you intake less and that you absorb less. So they asked about the malabsorption rate, and I said, I don't know. So I started to look it up. Here's what I found. Not a lot of information. The malabsorption rate I get is there's such a swing. There's such a large increment between the two. I get people who say 13%, and I get some things that say that there's like the malabsorption rate is 30%. Now, granted, the swing is probably because a lot of people, there's either a proximal or a distal, meaning either up higher or down lower, and how you're rooted on your intestines, your connection of your intestines. So the proximal more closer up, or distal further down. Now, distal would be more malabsorption that you would have to contend with, and the proximal would be closer one would be less malabsorption. So that kind of accounts for the swing. Well, I really wanted to ask my surgeon, and I asked the surgeon that was covering for him, but she's just a general surgeon, so she didn't really know the answer. And I really don't think that I liked her answer, because I really think that it wasn't as informed as it could have been. And here's what else I found, is that the consensus is that you compensate for the malabsorption. Hello, after all the research I've done, I don't know, I somehow missed that somewhere in there. And maybe it's just not a topic people talk about, or when, you go to a clinic, I don't know that that's something they actually, they mention that there's the malabsorption, but I don't know that they mention that you compensate for it. Which totally makes sense to me, because in my studies of health and biology and anatomy and physiology and all that stuff that that we go through, our bodies are super adaptive. Our heart muscle is, oh my God, crazy adaptive. The things that it can compensate for is nuts. So yeah, totally makes sense that our body can eventually compensate for what's been bypassed. Now, what I read, the two things were consensus on was that yes, your body can adapt to and compensate for the malabsorption of the calories, but it cannot ever adapt for the malabsorption of vitamins. Not sure why the two would be different, other than there's probably different receptor areas that can't be compensated for. I don't know. Those are the questions I really want to ask my surgeon. I asked the one that covered for him. She's a general surgeon. She said, that's what she said, I'm a general surgeon. She said she couldn't imagine that our bodies would compensate, because then why would the surgery would stop working. Hello, it does for some people. And maybe that's why. Maybe they're not told, look, you have this, what we call the honeymoon period. Well, you have that honeymoon period because 1 to 2 years is what I'm getting. 1 to 2 years you have this malabsorption, and then after 1 to 2 years, your body compensates for it. Well, this is why people gain back some of their weight, and maybe they're, some people still figure that there's a malabsorption rate, or, I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying that's a big, I want to remember that, and I want to know that that's the correct answer. Because if it is, I want to understand that, I just want to understand that. I think it's important information to be given, and I'm a little shocked that I didn't read it in the binder. And if I did, I'm a little shocked that I didn't remember it, although there's lots of things I guess I didn't remember, but I just curious if anybody else has asked their surgeon that, or talked with their surgeon about that, or their clinic in their area. But I will ask my surgeon when he comes back from vacation and I see him again, which isn't until August. So it may be a while before I get the answer, but I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like this is the community to talk to about it. And frankly, I was just astounded. I don't know why I never thought that, yes, we could compensate, and that 1 to 2 years, and that's usually why 1 to 2 years out, they give you 1 to 2 years to lose, the maximum amount of weight that you're going to lose. Oh, okay. I guess those are my 2 videos to make up for the 1 week I missed. Anyhow, to cap it up, you're all wonderful. I'm starting to comment again and reply again. 57 pounds total lost. If you made it this far and somehow forgot, I think it's just, I'm so excited. And there are challenges, but if you work the tools, you'll get rewards. There we go. That's my little sum up. Work the tools and the tools will work you. Well, that sounds weird. Okay. I'm getting loopy, I think that's what it is. It's night, busy day, busy week. Ta-ta. Best wishes to everyone. Thank you for watching. You're amazing. Good night.